right, all right. Let me hop in and introduce the show. I shouldn't have showed everybody who was in it. But yeah, welcome to another episode of the Men Like Us podcast. This is a podcast for trans attractive men by trans attractive men. Fellas, we do this for you, really for your benefit. Hopefully, the conversation you hear on the show kind of helps you grow, helps you learn a little bit. Adds to your knowledge base around yourself, your attraction. And other men like yourself. So this is for you guys. This we might trigger somebody. We don't really intend to offend anyone. We are just kind of speaking and sharing things from our point of view as men. So while ladies, we do love that you come in and listen and try to hear our perspectives. Just really do understand it's coming from just a different thought pattern than what you're used to. So we not here to trigger nobody. And I'm gonna introduce the homies that's waiting right now. So I'm gonna bring the other fellas in right quick. We got the homie Glass. What's up, bro? Oh, wait.
Hear
Go
me now?
again, bro. I just unmuted everybody.
No problem, man. What's up? You all right?
Oh yeah, yeah. All good, my man. All good. Just chilling.
Yes.
So, oh yeah, and also, I would introduce the homie Phil. Phil, you there?
Yep, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
All right, all right. What's going on, y'all? My name's Phil. I go by the Blurred Explorer, aka the Six Kage. I'm a black traveler, black teacher, black author, black cosplayer, black gamer, all black everything.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Phil,
If
with the
y'all haven't had the
phenomenal
chance,
intro. I
please
like
check out
that.
the homie's
Uh,
book.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, I got a lot of practice doing podcast interviews like these, so it's nothing new.
So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
oh yeah, that's right. You've been on some other podcasts since you've been on here.
Yep, yep.
What are some of the podcasts you visited?
Recently, I did this past Monday. Went on the Blurred Cast live stream. We're talking about being LGBTQ and nerdy spaces.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
That's not, yeah, that's there now. You can go on the YouTube channel Blurredography. You can check it out. So black being queer, nerdy space type shit. And of course, I represented the trans attracted guys in the group, so it was pretty good though.
Okay, yeah, and for the people that are the uninitiated, Blurs is this black nerd basically. So black people, we got to do everything special. We do things our own way, and a lot of these nerd spaces don't create a lot of space for black
Nope.
voices and black enjoyment. So
What do you
we
do now?
create our own space, whether it's conventions, whatever else, online. Like it's needed. Trust me, it's needed. It's a lot of racists out there in the nerd community, believe it
Oh
or
God,
not.
yes. Yeah.
So,
It's ironic. They love Star Wars, One Piece, X-Men, but they
mhm.
literally forget the themes and the messages. Like, ironically enough, they claim to be a fan of Straw Hat Pirates and One Piece, but yet they follow the literal IRL celestial dragons, which, like, for those who don't know, basically,
Yeah,
literally the one percenters in the One Piece world. They're literally one percenters who are in the Epstein files. That's basically what the celestial dragons are.
for sure. Absolutely. And after inviting the homies or introducing the homies, there's one other piece of business we got to conduct before we continue. Before we even do this show, we have to have this conversation. So let me see here. Now, I'm just be real. If you are DL, do not comment on the stream. Do not comment on the stream. You're more than welcome to come in and listen and enjoy the show. Enjoy what we got to say, all that stuff. But commenting on the stream is not the move. If you don't want nobody to see that you're, curious or any of this other kind of stuff, because I've had some incidents of people like really getting at me like, hey man, I need you to take that show down. I need you to do this. I don't want nobody to see that I'm X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, bro, like you commented on
Mhm.
public broadcast using your public profile, like there's no privacy rules or laws violating like my streaming platform. it operates within the rules of all the social media platforms. So like even if you file a privacy claim, nothing's gonna happen. Like nothing is gonna happen. So we do show comments on the show. So if you don't want your comment to be seen, you don't want your profile to be shown, just don't comment. Just stay back. And it really is not a problem if we have viewers that just can't comment, but they can sit and listen. Because all of this is here to help you grow and help you get to where you need to get to, really, which is living in your truth. So all of this is really to help, take away that stigma, help normalize this for men and help, give y'all a little bit more confidence and, just stepping out into the world and being yourself. Because that's what we're here for. So give me a second. All right. I'm sorry. I'm checking all the things while I'm doing the show. What's up, Black Male and Natalie? What's up, Natalie? What's going on, Jody? So yeah,
Jody said,
we got some
"Did you
people
see the
popping in on YouTube and Facebook. Yo, if you're on IG, comment, and I will be paying attention, doing my best to pay
Jody's
attention
com-
to the IG
Yo,
folks.
Jody's comment is crazy right now. She said,
Oh
I'm
yeah, nah,
sorry.
that's
Yeah,
you ain't even got to worry about that junk, cause more will come, and that's just the way the show works. But yeah, guys, we got to bring this message home. It really, if it gets bad enough, y'all start harassing me enough, I'm gonna just have to put your face out here, cause y'all be really taking this stuff too far. Talking about like, I mean, you would not believe the aggression I get in my inbox from dudes. They're like, hey man, one of the dudes, the show was like 5 years. I'm like, dude, that show was 5 years ago. You think anybody looking at that right now? Like the amount I understand like the high level of fear men have when they're DL. So it's like, they really be thinking somebody gonna find it. I can't be exposed this way. And it's like, dude, it's a 5 year old video with like 400 views on it. Nobody's gonna see this. And it's like an hour and a half. Like they're not gonna go through that whole hour and a half to find your one name. Like it's just not probable. But fear will make you think like if we don't get this removed right now, I'm gonna be found out. Which, is what it is. I mean, I say, get some courage and live in your truth and step up so you don't have to deal with that, really deal with that fear, at least, because the
not
fears is real. I mean, I've
not
been
ever
there.
be found
I
out.
was quite fearful of a lot of people finding out. I didn't want my family knowing this about me and some of
Yep.
my friends, and like I was afraid of just being cast out and not being accepted by the people that I fuck with. So
Damn.
like
How
it's
long did it
real.
take you to break out of that?
It took a while. I'll just say it took a while.
Fact,
It and for a
fact.
lot of people it
Damn.
takes years. And really, on average, from what I've seen, like most dudes don't get to that point before they hit their late 20s or even 30. Like a
Guilty.
lot of
Bro,
That was
guys
me right
cross
there.
that bridge in their early 30s.
bro,
That was
it's
literally me.
crazy to me, but
Hmm.
damn, I can't relate because I've been dating trans since I was 18 years old. So I just really hopped off the porch like I just can we can curse on here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't give a fuck. My give a fuck button was
yeah.
like I didn't really care who fucked with it or not. I just really wanted to just do what I wanted to do. So I lived life like that.
I wish I had that courage back then when I was in college.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, well, bro, I lived in a different universe in college. Like, it just wasn't no trans anything. Like, wasn't none of that stuff went out where I went to school in a small town in Wisconsin. Like, yeah, nah, they just wasn't there. Like, wasn't nobody like they. A couple of them like started popping up here and there after I graduated because I would come back as an alumni and I hear like, oh yeah, yeah, some trans girl tried to like join a sorority, and it was like a whole uproar on campus. So like I would hear like people say things after I left, but that didn't start until like 2 3 years after I was gone. So, and I stayed in college for a long time. I did. I'm not ashamed of this. I did 5.5 years in undergrad with the double major. So those of y'all that went to college, having a double major. I mean, people take 5 years to get done with just one major.
Right.
So yeah, I took my
That's some
time though. I didn't rush it.
that's some like top notch shit, bro. You had two
Yeah, for
majors. That's really
sure. Um, Yo, so I'm sorry. Let's get on to the topics, boys. Let's get on to the topics. You know what? Before we jump into the other stuff, why don't we? I want to draw some attention to a case from Houston. So there
okay.
was a young woman that was killed, unalive, whatever the safe internet way to say it is. There's a young woman that was killed in Houston, and her body was dumped in the bayou. If you're from Houston, like I lived there for 6 years, and like Houston, it's a lot of bodies that get found in the bayous. Like it's multiple bayous, and that's like a popular place for police to find bodies, people to find bodies. So like,
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like a
yeah,
30-year-old trans woman who was taken out, right?
her name was Persia Amarra
Yes, I
Conway.
saw that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
R.I.P. to Persia.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and it's pretty awful what happened to her. So like, I mean, I really don't even know. Like, I can't really. All I can say is it's terrible. The good thing is the dude has been arrested. Um, so they had caught him
Good.
on like a burglary charge, and then found out that he was connected to this because there was another like social media video of him like bragging that he killed somebody. He's like, oh
Oh
yeah, I
wow.
killed somebody, X, Y, and Z, and he's just going on, and somebody had their phone on like at the hip, like recording this dude just like brag about it, and then police got him to admit it. So yeah, um, oh, so yeah, R.I.P. to Persia Amarra Conway. You know, thank goodness the person that did the killing was arrested, was caught. So this isn't like a she's dead, who did it, what happened, all that stuff. He hasn't been to court yet. The details are still coming out in terms of like how they know each other, or was it random, or all that kind of stuff. Like that stuff comes out eventually in the court documents, and that'll usually be out by the time people have their initial hearing. So can you tell I've covered many kidnappings and murders in my 15 years of journalism. Like, I kind of know how this stuff goes. So, but yeah, R.I.P. to her, and really R.I.P. to all the girls because it's that have been passing away lately. Like it's just been a string of killings within like the past just this year. Like I know we're halfway through the year, but it's just I don't know, maybe in like the last month or two, it kind of just it's just one after another after another after another. And it's like okay, we just got done, supporting because I've been donating to families and helping out with GoFundMe campaigns, but they just keep coming because all this like the world is just super crazy right now, man. So shout out to all the people that's bringing awareness to Persia's death. Shout out to all the people that's bringing awareness to the death of trans women across the country. Um, I'm sorry, fellas, I kind of like dominated that conversation. By all means, hop on in whenever you're ready. On
I
that
got
note,
you.
Yeah. Now,
It's
honestly,
actually
because the case is still. Oh, Glass, you say something?
no. Go ahead. You got it first, Phil. Go ahead. Do
Yeah.
your thing.
Well, honestly, like you said, like the case is just fresh, so we're still learning. But unfortunately, I notice there's always a pattern. I'm sure y'all notice it too, especially you, Chris, as you do journalism. Like majority of the time, when you hear these stories about trans women losing their lives, and we find out the guy's been arrested, we're gonna see the same pattern. It's like, hey, what's surprised you find out? Oh, it was he was DL, he was messing with a trans woman, and he's gonna play the gay pan trans pan defense. Like, oh, I got tricked. I didn't know they were trans. But I'm pretty sure what's gonna happen later on. There's gonna be text message, email proving that yeah, no, he knew he was talking to a trans woman. That he was messing with from the beginning. And I think it's crazy, and this is why I think this group is important. Why you need more work about this, especially during Pride Month, is that we need to show. I think more Black men need to see that yes, there are other guys like us out here who are dating trans men, who've been that same bro, who were on the dark side, aka the DL side, but we actually did the work. It took us a while. We found a support group. It took a while. We have people to talk to about this shit, and then we manage to live our truth, be more happy, and more confident. Now, obviously, will it work for everybody? No. There's some people you just cannot say. I'm pretty sure, Chris, you have plenty of stories of DL dudes reaching out to you, try to give them advice, but they didn't want to listen. They still want to say DL because of fear and stuff like that. But really, it's really tragic, and I wish there's more we can do. But I think all I can do is keep doing these interviews, keep doing this live stream, show people that, hey, there are guys like us out here. You're not alone. And yes, we've been here before, so it's not. It's. I really wish we could do more. That's all I guess that's all I can say.
Glass.
I'm just chiming in. I'm piggybacking off what you guys said. It's a very, I find it a very blurred line when it comes to journalism and when it comes to these stories coming out. I hate that everybody goes to this thing of saying, "Oh, they didn't know." Bullshit. I call bullshit every time. Like you're
Right.
just trying to get out of something, and I don't believe that. So, it is what it is. If you're having sexual intercourse with a girl, with a trans woman, you know exactly what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry, you do. I don't want to hear that. That's
Right.
ridiculous to me. So, you just ashamed. If you're ashamed of your get down, that means you need to work on something mentally with yourself. If
Right.
you're not mentally put all together when it comes to who you're dating and being comfortable with what be comfortable with what you want in your life and who you want to deal with, and you really need to sit back and think and take some steps to love yourself before you try to go love on somebody else. Just being honest.
Man, now that's real wisdom right there.
Back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, self love is important, and
Bro, you have to be comfortable. You just gotta be comfortable with. You have to be comfortable with who you see in the mirror. But with who you see in the mirror, then how are you gonna be comfortable with dating a trans woman? That's just not.
Well,
It's
or
it's
just
not
not
it's
just
not
trans women,
it's
but just
not.
anybody in general. Like you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah. In general, being anything, whatever it is. It's just how are
Right.
you gonna be comfortable dating anyone when you're not comfortable with who you see in the mirror on a day-to-day basis, and
Exactly.
that speaks volumes to who you are as a person. You got to get that together.
yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
Phil, to your point, that well, to both of y'all point when it comes to like living in your truth and like really stepping into that life. Um, and I'm going to recognize Ashley's comment here. She says it seems like all men down south are DL. Um, I would just say like about that process. About that process, I would just say like it's not an overnight process. Like it does take, at least with me, it took time. Like it took
Yep.
from the
Back.
moment I like had somebody encouraging me to live in my truth to the time where I actually was doing it. It was probably like a year. Like okay, man. Like I'm hearing you. I'm learning from you X, Y, and Z. Like he just kept encouraging me and he kept being an example. And it just he got a little frustrated with me here and there. I wasn't doing nothing crazy DL. It was just I wasn't really where he was because by the time I met this particular dude, he was already like 6 years into an open relationship, and like I'm like, man, it was just certain things I was just kind of grappling with. So,
Mm.
but it just took me time. But I will say,
But you,
while it was taking me time, again, I wasn't running the streets doing a bunch of dirt. I wasn't causing damage because I really just wasn't around at all. So,
so
but
I have a
it
question.
was not an overnight process. It just it's
Right.
such a big deal. It can be such a big deal for some men. That ain't everybody. Some people are like, man, I don't care, whatever. Like, just is what it is. And the other ones, they got all these things that they have to unpack and unlearn and undo. That's
Yep.
on them and their life experience. So it's just everybody
I'm gonna
got
tell
different
you.
experiences. So it's for some it's easy, others it's a little bit more difficult. The goal is just to get there eventually, just to get there, be moving in the right direction. Like, don't get comfortable being DL and like making it everybody else's problem. Because from my observance, a lot of men that be DL that be engaging with the girls and doing a bunch of sideways shit, like cheating on their wives and doing all these are dudes that really struggle with accountability. They try to make everything everybody
Or
else's fault, everybody else's problem.
I'm gonna say this:
Yeah,
fuck the accountability. You want to believe the lie that you tell yourself every day, and if that's what you want to do, then unfortunately, it's just not. It's just not gonna be. You can't have one foot in, one foot out. You cannot do that. Like
yeah,
no, you gotta live life, bro. No, that's all I
absolutely.
gotta say about that. I'm chiming in.
So I mean, but also on this other tip, like a lot of these murders, the guys that are killing the dolls, like not all of them are DL. Some of them are in a visible relationship with him. Some of them live with the girl.
And it can turn
Sometimes it is the
also
romantic part.
volatile. Yeah, and a
Hmm.
lot of times certain situations turn volatile. A lot of people don't know
Yeah.
when to walk away. Certain words trigger certain situations or certain things you do.
Hmm.
I think a lot of times when it comes to these situations, uh, I think it's just, I think it's curious to me, like what goes on in your mindset, like what goes on in your head before you do the things you do. Like you just react, you're not thinking. A lot of times, if you just walk away, give yourself like some time to breathe, give yourself like 10 seconds to calm down, you can de-escalate the situation a lot. Or just go home. Or if y'all live together, take your ass for a walk and just stay away for a while and then come back. You can make things happen. But that's just my opinion on what no, I'm not in those spaces where they're getting into it or when something escalates to that point. So I just chime in on what I feel like I would do because I've been in situations where you get to arguing with your lady. I'm pretty sure we all did that, but guess what? We're not going to the extremes of causing certain harm where our partner can be deceased or hurt. Like it's not working.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, to the men watching this, listening to this, to all the men under the sound of my voice, please walk away. Walk away if you are in a domestic situation and y'all arguing. Just stop. Something I do in my relationships is, I know once we're getting to a place where we just need to stop. Just pause, take a rest. It's kind of like in a boxing match. Like go to your corners. All right, now come back. Give yourself some time to cool off because if y'all keep going and it gets more intense and hotter and hotter. Eventually, you're gonna get someplace you don't want to be, and it's just like you as a man, if you are see yourself as a leader or anything like that, like yo, lead this shit. Like really, just hey, all right, we gonna take a pause. Like let's just take 30 minutes, and we gonna come back. Just think about it, and we gonna come back and talk in X, Y, and Z. So I'm not saying like take 2 weeks and then come back at it. Some people do like to hold that stuff off, but just take a beat. Cool off, and see if you can see it the other person way. Because sometimes when we just get in the emotion in the moment, we can't stop to really think about like, okay, hey, baby, you know what, you right, or you know what, I did do this X, Y, and Z. Like in the moment, you just in defensive mode, and I mean this can go for men or women in that case, but really, as a man, like just control it. Like that's our burden to bear as men is controlling
You wanna
ourselves.
know you wanna know something? My father told me the older I get, the more I understand. When I was a little younger, he would say, women and children can afford to not hold themselves accountable. They can be careless. A man cannot be careless. He has to hold himself accountable and really understand his actions, really determine how these situations or how things in life pan out. So it's all into the man actions at the end of the day and what are you doing? How do you conduct yourself? So I agree with you, Chris. Just being real.
For
We're men
sure.
at the end of the day, and as men, we have to hold ourselves accountable for not being careless when it comes to any situation, when it comes to our significant other, when it comes to our children, when it comes to the people we're leading. We have to think about you have to think about other people and don't have to be selfish.
Absolutely.
Just how it
And
is. That's real shit.
to really wrap up this conversation, I'm just happy that all the men involved in these murders and these killings of trans women are being held accountable. You can't. There is no higher level of accountability than being arrested, charged, convicted, serving jail. Like these dudes are getting real sentences. Like
Exactly.
I just saw a guy he got sentenced for 25. I think it was 25 to 27 years for killing a trans woman. And it's like I hope he does every day of the 25 years at least the minimum. So we need to see more punishments, or we just need to see these deaths taken as seriously as any other one. You know, so I'm glad they're throwing the book at these dudes and really giving them real sentences. So
But
there
to
needs to be
play
consequences for this.
exactly, but to play devil's advocate and off certain things as well, guess what? We got to have more things like how we have. We have to have those spaces where guys are comfortable enough to talk about their situations so it can take away from that. And next thing you know, you won't run into a lot of situations like that because there are not a lot of open spaces where guys can talk about their significant other who's trans.
Right.
They can't talk. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, like
That's
we,
true.
Chris, we talk daily. So what do we say every time we talk daily? I always say, bro, I love that I can on the phone and not feel uncomfortable talking with my bro who's trans attracted as well, and we can agree on things. And you know, we can
Hmm.
relate to a lot of things because guess what? That's exactly what we're attracted to trans women. Like when I deal with my straight homies, it's always like a blur line, so it's always something. But when I'm dealing with you guys, we can be straight to the point. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm with that, bro. Like, and I would, and I know this is gonna sound like I'm kind of diverting accountability from men, or pawning off some of the work that men have to do on the community or the trans community. But I do think a lot of these like trans conventions and stuff, like I do think they really do need to like, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be some effort on the from the trans community to kind of help connect these men, because, and I'm
Mhm.
not saying okay fine, like all got guys in your trade and whatever else and all the casual partners, fine, but there are so many girls that are like in relationships or are married. All these dudes that are in relationships with the dolls are really like, a lot of them are isolated. A lot of
Right.
times they don't have anybody else they can talk to, and at least if the community can help connect a lot of these men or provide spaces for them to come together, or even like I mean, when's the last time you saw like a trans nonprofit hold an event for couples? Hey, this one's for all the couples, all the married couples. We bringing everybody together. X, Y, like it just doesn't happen. So I'm just like, yo, like what? There's so much work to bring people together, and I'm like, yo, bringing these dudes together, creating a network, just connecting them together. It don't got to be no big group of 200 guys on Facebook like ours. It can just be, hey, I know James and I know Terrence over there. Like you got a couple dudes you can like talk to about some stuff that you going through, because dating trans women creates very unique issues that people who don't date trans women don't really understand. There's a lot of things that are very similar that anybody can understand and get, but sometimes there are just things that are very specific, and you can talk to other guys and they're not going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be an issue. So it's just all of that, really. I would love to see a little bit of that. Oh no, no, we ain't doing that. Somebody want your IG, bro. Somebody in the comments was asking for it. So, but yeah, it was. I just want to see like it just because if it's just like, oh, it's just on the men to do this, it's never gonna fully reach the height that it can if we're not getting any level of help from the dolls as well, because they all got men and they're not interested in connecting their men with other men, and it not everybody, but I've just seen so many people that really had an aversion to that shit and they didn't want nobody else seeing that. Glasses jump back on. But so that's just been my thing. I really would love to see something different So all these conventions and all these different things, like yo, provide some space for the men in your lives to attend these events and really kind of be in the same space as y'all and each other. You
Right.
know, like the dudes hanging out at the bar, having nothing to do at because the girls be bringing their men to the conventions. They got nothing to do. There's no sessions for them. There's nothing programmed for them at all. I do understand these are trans events, but it just be a little bit of that. So that's just my one thing, my little bit there. But we can move on with this. Just had to address the murders and the deaths and all that stuff. Um, okay. So yeah, what do we got here? So we got the deal thing, the stream. Yo, we want. I'm gonna go to this topic real quick. So, this one is from being Glass conversation. Glass, you good over there? Everything working? Yeah, we can't hear you, man.
Are you on mute, man?
Yeah, no, he's not on mute. I think he took out his earbuds and changed the source or something. Either way, we'll get it. We'll get it right eventually. Yeah. So, oh wait, let me hit these comments real quick. Let's see. Okay, what up, Nova? All right, all right. Shout out Chicago. Nova from Chicago in the comments. Oh wow, I didn't check the Instagram. I'm sorry, Instagram people. We done been ignoring you. Let me pull the Instagram stuff in real quick. Sorry, there's a little hiccup in the show. It's when you're doing stuff live like this, you have some technical difficulties. So it be like that, y'all. Hold on, where's the IG at? Oh my god, I hate Instagram so much. They add an extra layer where you gotta like hit live on Instagram as well. So the people on Instagram miss the whole front half of the show. We got some other stuff we want to cover and react to. We're just waiting on the homie Glass real quick. But you know what? Okay. All right. Hey, what's up, man? You good?
Ooh, you
Nah.
should mute.
No sir. No sir. It is not working. So. Oh. Yeah, just go back to your earbuds. Are your earbuds dead? I was about to turn it, switch it up for him. Oh man. Anyways, shoots. We got two more topics and then we'll be out of here. But you know what? While we're waiting, I could just jump to something completely different. Cause something that hit me in the DMs the other day, and I was just like, man, they I'm sorry. I'm kind of spacing out here because I'm trying to pull something up. So apologies, everyone. Just give us a second here. We got technical difficulties and stuff with the phones and all that. Oh, well, I don't know if that's for public consumption. I was gonna congratulate somebody on something, but that might be their private business. So, dang, I'm missing out. I'm missing something here. So I keep some backup topics on my thing. But you know what, Phil? This is a really since we were talking about like the nerd stuff and the blurred spaces,
Yeah.
with all the pride and all that kind of stuff, like, it's Pride Month. And every Pride Month, a conversation we always revisit is, are trans attracted men a part of the LGBTQIA plus community? Like, should we be like, not should we, but should trans attracted men be showing up to pride events to celebrate and feel like a part of the events and all that kind of stuff? Like, are they really are we all really a part of the LGBT community, or are we just something completely different? Are we separate from it? Whatever. Like, I really wanna. I want to hear your thoughts on this, my man.
Um, Honestly, yes. Stop the game. I think when it comes to it, especially Pride Month, I'm sure you might some of y'all may have seen that video about like this one black woman talking about like why do straight men go to the Pride events, that type of thing, right? And of
Oh,
course,
yo,
I
we
mean,
gonna
I'll
hit this
go to
video
support
later.
the homies to see friends, right? But
Phil, we're
yeah,
gonna hit that one later, man. We're gonna talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
that video
yeah,
later.
yeah. Okay, okay. But focusing back, I think, and like you said earlier, one of the problems with these private events is that there's nothing for the trans attracted guys. You feel me? Because
Yeah,
sometimes I go to the two, if I go to these events, I go to the booths, whatnot. They got some good stuff, but the problem is you got something for gay men, lesbian, trans women, trans men, which is good. They need they serve their purposes. But sometimes like representation matters. Sometimes you want people who look like you know, who can understand you. Like, yeah, I can talk to my gay friends about being a trans attracted guy, but they ain't gonna understand. They don't date the dolls. Like they won't get the struggles I go through. And and like I said earlier, I think these pride months, especially here in Atlanta, I'm just really shocked they don't do more. Like I said, the trans like galas and balls and whatnot, like they don't provide a space for guys like us. Like I feel like they did more of that, then maybe you feel more comfortable. You see more guys out there at these events. You feel if we have a space to go talk to about this type of stuff, to see other black men, because that's helped me a lot. For those who don't know, I found this group back in 2020 during lockdown, and finding out like having this support group, the virtual, right? Having a support group of other black men, other men who look like me, who've had similar Jerry Springer, X Hub, Waiting type of stuff, right? To see that helped me figure out, okay, if they can do this, so can I. So that's what took me a while
yeah.
to work on myself. But honestly, though, I feel more comfortable in nerdy spaces because I find it a lot more accepting and more opening compared to the Black LGBTQ spaces. 'Cause I made a video about this recently on my feed asking the Black community, queer community, like, hey, is it just an Atlanta thing or just in general? Because I find that when it comes to nerdy spaces, yes, there are exceptions. Everybody's like they're chilled, more vibe. Everybody can be their authentic selves. But if I want to switch it over, go to the Black LGBTQ spots, like ballrooms, wherever it may be, it feels like so fake. Everybody's just trying to stunt. Like,
Well, I
cause like
mean,
cause
that's definitely
true story, true
let
story.
me ask
Because
you a question. Can
last
you hear
year,
me now?
yeah, we
yeah,
can
yeah,
hear.
we can hear you now.
Because
Yeah,
last year, when I went to around Dragon Con time during Labor Day weekend, I went to Dragon Con first, and then I went straight to the Black Gay Pride event they had downtown in Piedmont Park. I went there. I noticed the energy to go from Dragon Con, everybody's just vibing, chilling, kicking it, to going to the Black Pride event. It's like, damn, everybody's fake as fuck. Everybody feels so tense. Like, like everybody ain't real. Like, no one's like the real thing. And
well,
that's why I feel like I'm just gonna stick with the nerd side because I mean I don't mind going to the queer, black trans spots and all that, but if I go to a spot like no one's really being themselves, everybody's just trying to act like they're fucking high schoolers, trying to like I don't know,
I mean, it could be
Well,
there,
bro,
but I would say
I'm gonna
like,
tell you this.
it's their space, and it ain't really for
right?
us.
Yeah,
And I think,
I, I, I,
go ahead,
not.
class. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say that.
All
Like
right.
like I've stated before, you have to come around more so people could be more familiar with you. Once people are more familiar with you, that high school bullshit goes out the window because guess what? Now you built a rapport around these people to the point now they are familiar. And now they won't come at you with the sideway actions or sideway high school kid bullshit talk. You just gotta once you work your way through that, then you good. I had to go through that. So once they know me, they're like, oh, hey class, and we go through that shit. So everything's
Yeah.
cool.
I could say I was my first Pride event I ever went to was in Denver, and I could definitely attest that I was spoiled in Denver. Denver had very opening, accepting events. So their events, it was for the trans community, but they kind of just opened it up like, hey, trans, pansexual, like whatever, trans, whatever you are, like you're welcome here. Everybody's welcome here. So like, popping up to those events, like they were super welcoming. People was asking me my name and like, was just like like it didn't take any work for me to get in there. They were just so inviting. What I can say was, it's Denver. So in Denver, you're gonna get a lot of white spaces, white adjacent spaces. So, because Denver don't really have like it's a lot of white folks up there. It's not a lot of black folks up there at all. So like that culture that we got here in Atlanta, which is like the black mecca, it just looked completely different. Or even in Houston. But Houston was cool, and I didn't have too much issue with that either. It's just yeah, no, the events in Denver were just amazing. Like, and it was my first events. I really didn't know nobody. I wasn't around, and they just welcomed me with open arms. Absolutely loved it. Um, but I will say, whether trans attracted men are or aren't a part of the LGBTQIA plus space community, whatever. Like, I don't think. I just think it varies person to person. I think if there's a guy that says, "Hey, you know what? Like, I'm a part of this community somewhere on the spectrum X, Y, and Z because I date trans women." Am I going to like argue him into the dirt and say, "No, man, you ain't that. No, you straight. You ain't part." No, no, he got every right to be there if he want to be there. Like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna try and correct how he thinks and how he sees himself. It's his experience. If he kind of feels like he's a little bit over here, sit over here, then okay, whatever. Like, do it. So like,
You know what?
it be what it be.
You know what? To piggyback off what you're saying,
Hmm.
this is gonna be like a little mind fuck for people. People are so wrapped up and fixated on their perceptions of life and where things are going on. They push their perception, their reality on other people's realities. And when their reality gets rejected by the other person, they then build a negative give you negative feedback or why you should be adjusting to their reality. Let people be in their own reality, live in their own truth, do what they want to do in life, and stop being so. It's just too much going on where people are worrying too much about other people's lives. There's too much going on,
Hmm.
and it's not a.
Yeah, so now that was a good one. Yeah, it's your world, squirrel. Like, it's your world, dude. Do whatever you want. And really, that's like a big part of this whole trans attraction, man, whatever. Like, all this shit for me is like getting men to kind of just free themselves of even labels or shackles, like pressures, whatever. Like, yo, you need to start living for you. Live for you. Don't be living to impress nobody else. Don't be sitting there living a lie just so that you can get the approval of these people. These people ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. They don't. Their opinion literally means nothing. So it's like,
It's called.
trying to live up to certain things. It's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
bro. The crazy part it's ridiculous to me. If you put more focus into your life and where you need to work on with your life,
Hmm.
you'll be so much better than worrying about somebody else's life and what they do and their day to day and who they're attracted to. It's always a problem to me. And I look at it's always somebody that doesn't have their shit right with themselves, who is uncomfortable with themselves and lives in a false reality for themselves that always has an opinion about somebody else's life. Fuck that. And the bigger message to me to for me to tell everybody is stop worrying about other people because at the end of the day when you're 6 feet under, nobody else is going to get buried next to you, buried with you. You're buried by yourself. Live life to the best and love how you are doing. Love life, man. Ever since I became all the way comfortable with myself and comfortable with seeing loving who I see in the mirror on a day to day basis, life has been fucking Disney World every fucking day. Live your life for you. Don't live for anybody else. Being true. I came on this bitch with my
Absolutely.
shirt off because I feel comfortable with my fucking shirt off. I date trans women because I like to live the life I want to live. Like I don't give a fuck about other people's opinions.
Yeah, so I mean, on the trans attracted side of that, definitely, live for you,
Yeah,
focus on you, X, Y, and Z, and
yeah.
really on that community side, to what Phil was saying about the high school kind of stuff. Like, there's a lot of people in that space worried about other people and focusing
Yeah.
on other people, living in delusion and bullshit, and not focusing on themselves. And I have to be honest with you, I want nothing to do with any of them kind of people, frankly. Like if that's how you live your life and that's what's important to you, like we too grown for all that. I don't do that stuff. So, once I see people start to act like that and try to like share rumors and be talking about other folks and all, like, man, get away from me. I don't want. I hang around mature people. So like
Oh,
that's
that's lit.
maturity.
Oh,
Like I don't do that shit. No.
no, that's lit. When you go low, I go to hell though. So I'm not doing none of that. I'm coming. You want to play ignorance with certain things. Like I'm not gonna join the circus with a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit, and then we're gonna see from this point how you take it. And then a lot of times when, like I said, when you're in ballroom, when you're in pageantry, when you're in those spaces where people have a ladder of like a high school ladder where it's like that
Hmm.
shit, you got to call it for what it is. Call it, and find your specific group of people who you like and y'all like minded and go from there
You know what I'm
and
a
survive in the mess because it's always bullshit. That's what it is.
yes, a whole lot of that. Shout out
Oh,
to,
well,
to
yeah.
Desiree because I mean she hit the nail on the head. It was really when you get
Yep.
older, you get too tired to care. I'm just so unbothered, and I'm like, yo, that to me that's just part of growing up.
Right.
Adulting is learning that these other people's opinions of how you live and don't really matter as long as you ain't hurt nobody else. Do you? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you live
Goddamn
how you
right.
want to live?
I
Whatever.
feel you.
So that's why I just be like, coming back at people so hard when people are like, oh yeah, well these men they're not this and they're not that. And I'm like, why do you care? Like, or for another example, when I get into certain spaces and people want to ask me, so Chris, do you like this or do you like that? Or are you one of those guys that does this or that? I'm like, I don't answer to you. I don't know. No, thank you. I'm not answering. I
Right.
don't answer people.
No, for real, the older you're right, especially as you get older, like
Hmm.
like I said, when you get older, you realize, you know what, it really doesn't matter what people think. I don't care. Especially after living through COVID, and then when we got 2024, who's back in office, is like, listen, I'm just gonna live my life, be happy, pay these bills, go to anime cons, do all these nerdy shit. Like now, like I said, people have asked me questions about why I date trans women, why not go back to cis women, and all that. Like it depends, like, and some of what you saying, like, it's how people go about it. Like, if they're genuinely curious or they're respectful about it, I'm like, sure, I'll be happy to talk to you about that. But if it's going like, it depends on the people. Like, I don't just feel everybody, right? But if
Yeah.
they're trying to do like, oh, you're dating a man, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to walk away. I'm not going to answer your questions. Because I'm
Oh,
too
well,
old.
guess what? Do you ever mind fuck them when they do that? Like if somebody like if a okay, so I get a lot of like biological females. They hit me with this bullshit. They'll be like they'll want to talk to me, but I hit them with the first. I tell biological females every time they try to talk to me. They'll be
Yeah,
like, "Hey man, let's hang out." Then I'll be like, "Baby, there's nothing you can do for me." They'll be like,
yeah,
"What?" I'll be like, "There's nothing you can do for me. I like trans women." And just
right,
being honest, it's not gonna go right for me and you if it goes to that point because guess what? I'm gonna go looking for elsewhere because it might the love or whatever the fuck we have, it's gonna wear off because guess what? After the honeymoon phase is up, I'm gonna go back to what I'm attracted to, and what I'm
right.
attracted to is a trans woman, rather it be pre-op or post-op. It's whatever I'm dealing with, or I'm sorry, not dealing. Whatever I feel, whatever floats my boat. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna want to be with you, and it's not gonna work. So
Right.
just being honest,
That's something
just
people
being
ask
honest
me.
with myself on that. You don't want to fuck somebody else's life up because
Yep,
you think the situation is gonna be good
yep,
for
exactly.
other for other people's opinions. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Right. I have a cousin ask me about that, and I told her straight up, like, yeah, could I go back to dating a normal, natural bio woman? Absolutely. But like you said, like, I don't want to fuck her up because I'm wasting both our, and plus, we're too old, we're too grown. Let's not waste each other's time like that. Because, like I said,
Yeah, and guess what?
and I could be,
Mhm.
she could be a great partner, great wife, and everything, supporter, all that jazz. But if I know deep down I'm not attracted to her, because I know deep down that if whether it be movie night, indoor movie nights on Netflix, DoorDashing, going to Costco shopping, vacations, blah blah blah, any just couple shit, I'd rather do it for trans women. So why do I waste my time on natural bi or women? Could I get one? Absolutely, easily. But again, I don't want to waste our time. We're too old for this shit. I'm in my 30s now.
Feel it. So I'm gonna jump to this. Actually, I'm gonna jump to Scott White's comment real quick. It just says, I've seen straight guys at gay bars who think if they leave their girl to dance there, nobody will hit on her or look at her. And he's like, I will. I like both cis and queers.
Love it.
And yeah, that's some real stuff right there. Like that's one big thing that like cis men. A lot of us guys who I just say a lot of us men, we be looking at the gays like, oh, this is a gay bar. Our girl is completely. I could let her go. I ain't got to worry about nobody trying to talk to her. And like, dude, that is not true at all. Like even these dudes that say they're gay will smash your girl. They will smash your girl. Like, don't get it twisted at all. Like, sex is not. Yeah, no, they gonna do it. It can happen. So we not gonna go on the full topic of that because it is what it is. I don't want to ruffle too many feathers here.
Chris, I love how you chimed that in, my friend. We,
Yes,
we had
sir. And Michaela, we gonna come back to your comment after we watch this video because we're gonna take the conversation in a different direction. I'm hoping this thing works. And
got you.
we'll see if everybody's camera shots pop up.
Weed, nutcrackers, or something.
Oh, hold on.
Why is straight niggas going to Pride?
Because they have gay friends that they.
Oh, God damn it. Sorry. Glad you there.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. We got our own little view here. So just give me a second. I got to bring the homie in here because, yeah, I had it set up, but then, yeah, let's see, speakers. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Sorry, y'all, but I had this set up before, but when you dropped off, it reset everything.
Got you, bro.
So it
Got
thinks
you, no
thinks you're
problem.
new.
Really?
So
Really?
yeah. All right. So yeah, this is the video I saw on Instagram. It was really good, very well done. So we're just gonna take a look and then react to it. So,
Weed, nutcrackers, or something. Why is straight niggas going to Pride?
Because they have gay friends that they support. This is a closed-minded thinking right here that causes so much violence and homophobia. Just like the women go to Pride to celebrate their friends and family, so can the men. Y'all are weird to me. Y'all don't want them to be homophobic, but then you don't want them to support the very people they love. Make it make damn sense. Just because they not out there selling something don't mean they can't be there to support their friends, their family, whomever. Stop being so damn closed-minded all the time. Stop this.
yeah. So yeah, I mean that was a dope video, dope perspective, and I want to go back up to Michaela's comment because it kind of relates to this. So Michaela says, I think that black trans attracted men at Black Gay Pride would be questioned like why they were there, because if trans women are women, then why are the men who date us at Pride if it's a straight relationship? That's the hang up within the black community.
Oh, I want to say something so bad right now.
I mean,
Let me say, yo, let me tee this
go
bitch up
ahead,
one time.
man.
I'm gonna tee this bitch up. Let me say something right. Not calling her the B word. I'm saying the room, the space.
Yeah.
About to get into it, bro. If I'm coming to a pride event, guess who's at the pride events? Trans women. Trans women are at the pride events. I'm pulling up to the pride event to find me a trans woman. The fuck? Those spaces provide a potential amount for you to find that. Like you want to go. Also it's a pride event. If you want to go, fuck it, go. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But I go to pride events trans women are there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean
Like,
that,
bro,
and also,
the fuck?
uh,
Like,
Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
yeah, and like I said, I always go there to support have friends because for me, I went to my very first pride event while I was living in South Korea. For those who don't know, I just moved back from the U.S. to back to the U.S. from Korea. I was in living over there for 9 years, and I went back in, I want to say 2018, 2019. Not only was it a good time, mainly I was wanting to to meet friends who were also living in Korea too. They were spread out throughout the country, so there's one of the few times we all get together, hang out. I can see, hey, say what's up. Did I meet trans women over there? No, they don't mess with foreigners like that. It's just a Korea thing. But it was just more of those times just to hang out, socialize. Like here in Atlanta, I'll go to a pride event to see people if I know anybody out there. Want me to have a gay friend out there? Admittedly, I don't know. But I'll probably roast them out of the way as a homie. Like, bro, you still can't pull no men. Dude, look at you, still single, still maidenless.
yo,
Man, I got I just have friends. I have friends that are trans women, friends that are trans men. A lot of these pride events are really, it's an opportunity for us to show support, show some level of solidarity. So like we could just be out there and kind of create a certain presence. And in my opinion, a lot of these events could use more men showing up and being supportive because I really think the community could really use a lot of that backing from, cisgender heterosexual men. Like men that are cis and that are straight, all these things that whether they date the dolls or not, like I just think they need more of us out there because really, we need it. Us being there kind of helps break down the stigma. It helps, show solid. Like it shows that, like, hey, there are men that actually do get it, and we do support y'all, and it could encourage other people to support and show up the next year. So it's just, I think our presence is important. I think it's needed. Just to be there and show support and all that stuff. Um, what else I was gonna say? Somebody else asked. Oh, sorry. What up, Trail? Trail hopped in. I'm keeping up with the comments. So, but yeah,
the young lady
I
at the
really do
bottom
think.
is commenting.
So what?
The young lady at the bottom, her comment popped up. I'm interested in what she. Well, her opinion is. I see what she's saying. She is saying, but what is wrong with that? Some
Oh,
trans women
Desiree,
live
right,
in
right,
there.
right.
Yeah,
Desiree. Yo,
that's right. Desiree, thank
yeah,
you for pointing that.
Desiree says, but what is wrong with that? Some trans women live in their trans identities, and most don't. They live in stealth. I see nothing wrong with not wanting to be a part of it. That's in response to somebody. I think there was another comment in here, like
Okay, okay.
asking, like, yeah, but why would trans women be at Pride or something like that? But
Bro, if they want to
I mean,
participate, they
yeah,
want to
hey,
participate. The fuck? What are we doing?
it's definitely not required. I would never shame anybody for not wanting to be around that stuff. I've definitely come into contact with women that are like, yeah, I don't want to be around no queer stuff. I don't go to those events. I don't like hanging around them people, X, Y, and Z, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like cool, that's your speed, is what it is. I would just say that it's just always been a thing for me, like, all right, well, if I want to go meet up with some of my friends, or if I want to table at an event or go speak at an event, like just don't have a problem with me showing up. Because just because you don't want to be a part of this stuff doesn't mean I don't want to show up and show my support for the community itself. So like that's just me. I'm always going to be somebody who's going to be outspoken, supportive, all these different things. And if that person ain't for me, it ain't for me. But I'm just saying, like, it's not a real issue. I don't think
Ooh,
there's anything wrong with that. Everybody has to. We all got to live our lives, and there are people that I've dated girls who, I've dated quite a few girls that had corporate relationships or not corporate jobs, and like because they were in the corporate world, like they really couldn't live all that open. They had to be stealth because the corporate
Chris.
environment doesn't provide any space for them to really be themselves. So like really nobody at work can know and all that kind of stuff. So we hang out with our work friends, and I'm just keeping it cool and making sure that don't nobody know me from the podcast, whatever else, or if it does come up, just quickly divert it. Cause
Hey,
like in the corporate world, people lose their jobs over this stuff. Like that is
Yep.
real. I've lost my job over
yeah.
this stuff, so I know the dogs can lose their jobs too. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Let's talk about. Hey, let's get into this question that Scott White has dropped because I'm gonna answer that shit with
Okay,
pride.
hold on a second.
He said, "Do you go ahead? I know
All
you're gonna
right,
read it
yeah,
off.
go ahead.
Do you guys consider yourselves to be 100% straight as trans attracted men?" I'm gonna be completely honest. And this might
Mm-hmm.
rub people the wrong way. I don't give a fuck. When it comes to your question, Scott, I don't consider myself gay or straight. In society, they would define me as gay. If that's what you want to define it as, cool. If you think trans women are men, and that's what you want to voice your opinion, guess what? Then I guess I'm with a fine ass man. Keep it pushing. I don't care about like I really don't care about people's titles when it comes to myself. I'm gonna live my life the way I want to live my life. So further to answer your question, do I consider myself a straight man? No, I just consider myself a man that likes trans women, and
Right.
whatever they judge that, how they judge that, how they judge it. I know I'm living life, and life is Disney World over here, so I don't give a fuck. That's it. Yeah.
Phil, got any thoughts on that one?
Honestly,
Not
I
that
don't
you're
feel
asking.
gay. I definitely don't feel gay because I'm not attracted to
Right.
masculinity at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, gay men remind me of the characters from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you know, you know. The two, I'm attracted to femininity, and honestly, and what did Donald Glover say in Atlanta? Sexuality is a spectrum. You basically do whatever you want. And also, historically speaking, most people, it's not new because even our own before colonization, our African ancestors had what we call LGBTQ men dating trans women back then. So it was nothing new. It's always been a historical thing. It just only became taboo because of Christianity that was enforced upon us. So at this rate, and like I said, like at this rate, with the whole shit that's going on in the country, with the world, I'm just gonna live my life, date who I look like, and if people got a problem with it, fuck them. Like I know it's gonna cause some problems because I'm a teacher. I work in the school, so I know some parents are gonna flip, but most parents are not gonna care because they got bigger shit to worry about than who Mr. Phil is dating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the only thing I will admit, which I know my kids, they're gonna ask me if I'm dating a transformer, and they're gonna date either it's an Autobot or Decepticon.
Bro, I'm gonna say something so far fetched. I promise you, if somebody be like, "Are you dating? Are you dating?" Like I've heard this before. Excuse the derogatory terms when I've said this. I've heard cis or biological women. Then they find out that I'm trans attracted. They'll be like, "Oh, so you like trannies?" I'll be like, "Yep," and they tranny-licious. I'll be with it. Yep,
Hmm.
sure is. I'm sure with it, babes. With all the activities, I'm with it. Sure am. Give a fuck.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, to this to that question about, I mean, we've been talking about the is it gay thing since the first episode of the show, and it's obviously predated my show. So but I do like the answer the guy gave, the homie Jonathan gave on my first episode, where he was just like, "Do you do you feel gay? Like, do you feel gay?
I definitely feel
Do
gay.
you
Happy,
feel
gay,
like
gay means happy. The
Yeah,
fuck?
I feel
sure?"
Gordita.
I definitely feel gay. Happy as a
Well, you can
motherfucker. You're
replace
right.
gay with queer. Then do you feel like basically ain't nothing changed about you? You still the same person you was before. If you was an asshole before, you're an asshole now. If you were a good dude before, you a good dude now. Like nothing changed about who you are because you decided to start living in your truth. So it's like this doesn't change who you are, like foundationally as a person. Like,
Yep.
yeah, there's some growth and you do grow and you do change, but like you are what you are. Like, so nah, like I wouldn't consider myself queer or any of that stuff. I'm not running around saying all this other community talk language, whatever junk that I ain't part of none of that. I live my life. I go to work. I pay my bills. I
Yep.
chill out. I play some video games. Like I kick it with my homies. Like nothing has changed with my life at all with how I live my life. That's it. So like, nah, I do consider myself just the same as I was before. I'm just a regular dude. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. So I'm a masculine man. You know, a lot of things that I like, a lot of ways that I move in relationships have not changed at all. So yeah, no, I don't. There's no space in any relationship with me for another masculine entity to enter the space. Like, no, I date feminine women, and you know, they fill that role nicely. So like, I don't have no issues with it. My family love them. My friends love them. Like, we all good over here. So like, no, I'm not no carrying member of the gay society or queer society, whatever. But I will say everybody got their own answer, and like everything else is based on the individual. You know, everybody feel differently about it, and there is no one right answer for any of this. That's the thing people really got to get a hold of is like there's no one right answer for every single person in every single situation because we all move differently. We all have different attractions. We all like different things.
And that's what to piggyback off what you're
Uh
saying.
huh.
That goes back to what I just fucking said. I said everybody's reality. They try to push their perception of what reality is on you. When you need to be worrying about your reality and how you perceive it. Stop trying to get everybody to jump on your bandwagon. Fuck that. Let them do what they want to do. Because it's never a right or a wrong answer. So that's where it is with shit. Ridiculous.
Yep. I mean, Desiree is like an all star in this show. No, I'm gonna give her some more time on this one. She says loving a trans woman is a heterosexual attraction. Attraction starts with an appearance. Men are attracted to the secondary characteristics of trans women. Sorry, I kind of got left off. Um, denote to can any man can find a trans woman attractive when we disclose that we are trans. They can have a genital requirement or assigned sex female requirement in dating. Yeah, that's true. I mean, everybody has their requirements, but I mean, I do think that you know, attraction to a trans woman from a man does come from a heterosexual place because we
Definitely.
like the shape and the form of a woman. So yeah,
Definitely.
she got the TNA and she got the pretty face and the perfume is perfect and her makeup is great and you know she wearing all these like the way she walk and strut and carry herself and like the or a lot of times it be the aura that they bring to the space that's very
Hmm.
feminine, very nurturing. Like it's such an aura that like a lot of times the attitude and just who they develop themselves into being ends up doing more work for them to like I guess pass in a sense than the looks do. Like I've seen that where it's just like, oh yeah, it is. She's definitely got like mom or auntie vibes, and it's just like they're not even like, I don't know, can I see? No, because it's just so natural to that person. But a lot of trans women, you know, are gorgeous, and a lot of men like trans women because we like women, period. And a lot of them look good in the same way that cis women do.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say something though.
Go
Baby,
ahead, Mister
the
BBL
way
Demon.
the, Boy, I love me a BBL demon. I'm sorry, that is
You
the
like pussy,
requirement
you
over
cannot
that
lie.
that is the requirement over here to ride this ride over here, man. You gotta have that. But what was I about to say? You made me get off subject,
My
dog.
bad,
Why
bro.
you had to say
My
it like,
bad, man.
bro? Some of these cis women need to get them a trans woman friend because guess what? That's gonna help you work on your looks. Because every time I see a trans woman that I'm attracted to, or majority of the trans women that I see, they step the fuck up with their looks. They make you double look and be like, "Oh shit, what? What?" I promise you, I I've seen trans women will sit a cis woman. Sorry, step your game up. Sorry, cis women need to step their games up because trans women are winning.
And yo, real talk, I'm gonna
Okay.
even throw something else on top of that, bro, because it'd be like
Well,
the black and the brown girls. They'll be the ones that be showing up the most, man. They
Yep.
look they be on
whew,
point.
Yes. Oh my
Like
God.
I'm sorry. Like, look, I'm not discriminating against any race or anything like that. It's just been my experience that it's been a bigger slice of the white community than all the rest. When they just got people that don't care how they look, they're not trying to go for any kind of look, and the black and the Latin girls be killing it.
They do, and
They be
I see that.
killing it.
I see it all the time. I see in real life, like the white trans women, they just claim they're trans, but they look like what's the term, bricks? Like they ain't got no look or nothing. But then
Not the bricks.
like they
Bricks.
but then the black trans women, like you said, like whether they're past, they're clockable or not, they always have that look. They always look like they're the presenter would look like okay, they actually take the time to look on take care of themselves, look on their appearance even before they go into Walmart or something. White girls, the
Well,
white trans women are like, whatever, just throw someone down and go to Walmart.
I'm gonna add a little bit of racial context to this because oftentimes the most oppressed communities have a lot more pressure on them to blend in.
Yep.
So like that plays a lot into why some of the black and Latin girls do more work to assimilate and blend in and look good because some of the white girls, they just don't have a lot of the pressures that a lot of the brown and black girls have. So it just like how they show up just look different because their community may not require it, where in the black and brown spaces a lot of times that is required, especially if you want to be stealth or just be accepted in general. So at least I'm just trying to put it in context in terms of how I see things. That's just my theory.
Yeah.
Just a theory, y'all. It ain't everything. But you know what, man, we get the show getting a little long in the tooth. Okay, we're gonna let the All Star back again. Um, well, putting these harsh requirements or women to look away is hard to live up to. I'm assuming that's what she was saying, which I get that. That's definitely a lot of pressure, and I'm happy to be a man where I don't have to live that. So, but I will say that was one of the biggest mistakes in my first relationship with a trans woman. I was putting a lot of pressure on that girl to like show up a certain way. Because I took some things that she had said in terms of like how she shows up at XYZ, and I was just kind of holding her to it, and I didn't know any better. It was really wrong of me the way that I acted in that relationship. But you live and you learn. You make these mistakes when you're young. You grow up, and you're like, oh, fuck, what was I doing that for?
Mhm.
So it wasn't good.
What, putting harsh requirements
Yeah.
on your people.
Well, in my first relationship, I was definitely like I put a lot more pressure on her to show up a certain way, and like how her looking when we leave the house and X, Y, and Z. But I just didn't know any better, because really, like trying to be on top of the girls and dictate how they transition and how they look and all this other junk, like putting pressure on them to show up a certain way at all times, like that wasn't the move, man. That wasn't the move. Like if she wasn't the kind of girl that had the aesthetic I liked, then I should have just moved on. But to like be on there and like really like,
Goddamn
hey
right.
man, why ain't you wearing that? No, you need to be on this. X, Y, Z, like bringing it up and putting all that extra pressure, that is wrong. So if you're listening to this, you date trans women, know that is wrong. Just just don't do it. Find who's on where you want them to be in life, and move forward. But like the pressure I put on that girl was not cool. Uh,
And
the
know
All
what?
Stars back.
You wanna
Men
know
want
what?
us to
You wanna
be
know what?
dolled
Piggyback
up and
off of,
do this and that, but what are you guys doing to va va voom? I mean,
baby. I'm gonna tell you like this, baby.
all
I
right.
go to the gym. I work out twice a fucking day. I work on my skincare. I do exactly what I need to do what I want to do. If I'm telling you that I want you to look a certain way, guess what? You damn sure I'm gonna do right to look a certain way as well, baby. You're not gonna catch me not looking how I want to. I'm very much. I'm the type of guy. I'm very very conscious about how the way I look. I don't, and I'm really weird. I'm on that type of time. So I'm attracted to a woman that cares about her look just like that. And I understand Desiree is not all men,
Yeah,
but guess
yeah,
what? That's
yeah.
just that's glass. That's how I operate.
But I mean,
That's
I
how
can
it is.
answer that just for me, because for me, it's all about like What you don't want is to be a couple that don't match. So if I'm showing up looking good and
Mm.
I'm wearing good, nice clothes and I'm clean, and then hear the girl come and she looking like a bum, like yo, be able to just clean up for the certain environments. Because I'll be in certain environments. I'm like, hey, we going to this black tie event. I need you to put it on and show out. Cool. I'm gonna wear my tux. You do your thing. We both gonna step out looking good. For me, this ain't about like you got to be a size 2 and you got to have this and have that. I'm just saying like, yo, be willing to put in the effort in the right moments. I don't give a fuck if you want to chill out at home and just be comfortable in your own skin. But if it's date night and I'm wearing the expensive watch and my nice new shoes and I'm looking good, I need you to be looking good right next to me. That's it.
Shit. And but guess
That's
what
all
though?
I'm saying. That's my thing right now. Is like we just got to match
Yeah, guess what? If you're not matching, buy her something to match with you. I do that a lot too. Fuck
for
that. If
sure.
I'm wearing a tuxedo and if I know your size and if I'm in the ballpark, if I'm in the neighborhood of a mall, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Oh, you like this?" And she be like, "Yeah, I like this one." All right, bet. I'm gonna buy it for you. Fuck that. And
That's
nine times out of ten, she gonna wear it when I brought it. 'Cause
I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's how relationships go and stuff. And the All Star Desiree, today's All Star Desiree. I don't fit the mold. Trans women, I'm tatted, goth plus size. I refuse to mold myself into a silicone Barbie. But Desiree, I do know how you look, and I know you would look good in just a black dress. Just wear a black dress and some heels, and we're gonna go out. Like it's gonna work. It's fine. What you're not gonna do is show up in sweatpants and be like, I'm just being comfortable. No.
Right.
Like, hey, let's just kind of match the energies here, and really personally for myself, like that va va voom for me is the inner work that I do on myself, the career I've grown for myself, the financial stability I built for me, and whoever want to be around me, like the life I'm creating for me, and whoever want to be around me, that's my va va voom. Like I put work in, years of work into my education, into my job, into my mental health and my development, my growth, all that stuff. Like even when we first met, I've grown so much even from when you and I first met. That's right. Like it's been some years. It's been some years. So time helps out. We grow, we mature, all that stuff. That's to me that's more of a requirement for me than being a size 2 really. So oh yeah. The homie gonna come back. It's all good. But yeah, no, this has been a really dope conversation. Oh, hold on a second. I'm reading these comments. I'm trying to catch up here because reading. All right, Trail. See you later, man. I have to say, I hope your team doesn't win tonight. New York fans are awful, and the things they've been doing on them streets is terrible. They beating up people over a basketball game is just stupid.
The team curse is really that bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it because my phone's about to die myself.
Okay. All right, man. Do your thing.
All right, but yeah, it was good talking to y'all. I'll see you next time. But if you guys are interested, you can follow me. I am on TikTok and Instagram. I go by the Blurred Explorer. You see my handle, BLERD, Blurred Explorer. I also wrote Black Travel guidebooks for South Korea and Thailand. So you want to check them out? They're on Amazon right now, Google Play Books, App Store. So y'all have a good one.
All right, my man. All right.
yo, can you hear me, Chris?
Oh yeah, I can hear you, bro. Hey, you know what? We
Okay,
got one last topic. One last topic.
oh,
It's an
let's talk
educational
about it.
session. So I know we've been on for a
Let's
minute,
get
but
it.
it's gonna be a little education for a lot of brothers out there whenever class gets back, because this is his thing. Class is in with him. Oh yeah, no, I keep it real on the show, Desiree. I keep it real. Oh yeah. We gonna wait for the homie to get back here. He'll be back in a second. There he is.
So I'm sorry, man. Something just keeps appearing to happen to my phone. Look, it just doesn't want me to be great. I
Is
apologize.
it phone calls or what?
We'll talk about that later.
Man, put your phone on do not disturb and get back to the stream. Cause
Yo,
class
my
is in
bad. I'm
session.
sorry,
We
man.
doing this tonight. We're doing it.
Okay, let's get it. Let's get it.
Do not
I'm all
disturb
here.
mode.
All right, I'm about to put it on Do Not
I
Disturb
will
right
name
now.
names on who might be calling if we don't do this.
Let's do it, man. Let's talk about it.
All right, all right, all right.
Let's
So,
do it, man.
like the homie Glass talked about earlier, we talk every day, and we was talking about certain things. I kind of went back and did a little history, because this whole like baddie craze, like all these dudes saying, "Oh, I want a baddie, I want a baddie, I want a baddie, I want a baddie." And he's got, man, I want a girl. She got to be a freak. She got to be a freak, bro. I'm only gonna date the
Oh
girl
my
if she a
God.
freak. All this stuff is like kind of that whole baddie craze is kind of newer, and it's just like, yo, it's a bunch of cats like putting their standards for something that they ain't never had, and it's just like, bro, do you really know what comes with this? Like, do you really know
No,
what
you don't.
comes with any of this at all?
No, you
So,
don't.
the homie class is gonna break it down because these dudes is dead set, man. She gotta be a freak. I want a super freak, bro. Just like, all right, what can they expect if they actually get one of these kinds of girls?
All right, first thing I'm gonna tell you right now. I have the floor. I'm gonna go ahead and express this. I'm gonna explain this as best as I can. All right. So, being honest, I've been in these situations and scenarios where you're talking about. I've dealt with that type of woman, that type of trans woman. And guess what? A lot of mistakes were made in those situations. Now I'm like a pro at it. So I'm gonna say it like this. If you are a guy and you say you want a freak, you want the girl that has the body, she's bodied out, she looks the way you want her, she's very attractive. Guess what? Other guys are gonna think she's attractive too. And if you're not doing what you need to do to keep her, meaning working on yourself and doing the things that she's satisfied, that to satisfy her, she's gonna find elsewhere. She's gonna go looking elsewhere. And guess what? At this point, you're shit out of luck, and then you're gonna be bitter, talking about just going around route with things. And when it comes to that, you have to learn also. You got to be secure within yourself. You cannot be with somebody like that and be insecure because you know why? She's gonna that's not attractive. Women like men that are secure with themselves. So if you are not secure with yourself, you need to leave that type of woman alone because it's not gonna end well for you and it's gonna look crazy. So
Yo,
that just it's crazy to me.
you want that baddie? You want that certain kind of girl? That certain kind of girl has a past, and that past is gonna stare you dead in your face and be like, "Hey, what's up, bro? Oh, hey, stranger. Oh, hey, such and such." It's gonna happen. I've had
Yep.
exes that their history had NBA players, NFL players, and now we ran into such and such over here, and I'm just like, all right, yo, what's up, bro? Like them, the moments you can't break down to be like, oh no, man, that's my girl. Don't be too friendly with her, like all that like huffing and puffing kind of shit. Like, nah, you got to play that cool because she has a past, she has a history, she's lived some life before you.
Bro, I'm gonna just give you a story that I've been through. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's why you gotta show up and you gotta be that man. So, okay, so I'm gonna say this. You gotta show up, you gotta be that guy at all times. You gotta exude that confidence. Because guess what? That's gonna make her want to fuck you even more. I've been in a situation where I went to a black tie event.
Uh oh. That's Trump's internet cutting out the homie. They don't want the truth told. That's the problem. They don't want the truth to be told at all. And I'm gonna start naming names on these people that's calling them. Damn it, cause y'all need to stop calling this nigga. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna put some of y'all out there. Y'all don't want me to blow up your spot. It's a conspiracy. Tell her to stop calling you.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Now it's not. It's not that anymore. Now my phone is just acting crazy. But back to what we were talking about. Yeah,
All
sorry
right.
about that, audience. Yeah, so I went to a black tie event. This is why you have to always exude confidence. So the girl didn't tell me. What she didn't tell me is the black tie event was hosted by her ex boyfriend, who is like, you know, on that type of level where you were talking about with the guys in the upper echelon or were doing whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he comes over there. tries to do all that with her and all the things of that nature. And me being who I am, I let them know who I am, and I'm not going to sit there and be like have my chest out and all that. I'm gonna make the girl laugh. I'm gonna do things to exude confidence. And guess what? The more and more he got around me, the more and more he was like, "Yo, I like you, man. Yo, you cool. It's a cool guy." So guess what? Make own the room. You walk in, own that room, and when you own in the room, guess what? She's gonna be even more attracted to you because you didn't fold under pressure. Just because there's another guy who she's dealt with is there in the room or is talking to her, guess what? She's with you. You got to understand that. If you want to keep her with you, keep exuding that confidence. Keep being secure in yourself. Keep being the guy who she was attracted to that made her want to date you and talk to you and go out with you. That's all you got to do. Be you.
That's what's up.
That's how I feel about that. Yeah,
I mean, really, if you ugh, if you act a fool, it's gonna go.
man.
I'll say it like that. Like, they're gonna be talking about you, bro.
Bad too. And guess what? She gonna go right back to him, and you
Well,
gonna look stupid
that
as hell because you
lame.
think it. You gonna look dumb as hell.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
But it's just like, a lot of these things. It's just people be wanting some stuff that they ain't never had experience in. Um,
somebody just asked if she doing sex work. Hell no, she was doing like she wasn't doing sex work. No,
oh, yeah, yeah, no, not that one. Yeah, no, no.
yeah, no.
But you know what? Like, one of my exes, like, she had never done sex work, but I mean, she still had like a roster, like a history. Like,
Bro,
oh
you
yeah,
don't
I
have to
date a
be
guy
doing
from this
fucking
team,
sex
I
work.
date a guy from that team. It's just
Yeah,
like, I mean, pro athletes love trans women. They love the
goddamn
dogs,
right.
man.
You damn right. And guess what? Guess what? On top of that, they do it a little bit more low key, but at the end of the day, trans girls get niggas too, and they be smoother with it a lot of times.
Hmm.
And shit happens. You gonna run it's not like you're not gonna run it. You're gonna run into somebody that your ex has talked to or that you have talked to. You're both gonna run into each other. It's how you play it is what the real test is. That's where you really gotta be like, ooh,
Absolutely,
don't
absolutely. Get
fail,
in their
because if
game.
you fail, that car ride gonna be interesting. She ain't gonna say shit to you. You gonna be sitting there with your head down, like, oh, what did I do?
Yep. They
Yeah,
gonna be
bro.
talking about you. My man,
Bad.
what was you doing with that lame ass nigga? Oh, stop it. She was like, yo, he ain't that lame. Yeah, he lame. Give her a few more
And then
pumps.
guess what? When y'all get into it, hey, bro, guess what? When y'all get into it, she gonna be like, yeah, they told me you was lame.
Oh. I think the girl we was talking about just interrupted the stream here. It's a conspiracy. They don't want the truth to be told. Welcome to the Fox News Trans Attracted Network. They're out to stop the truth. No, I'm just joking. We are completely liberal on this channel. We are not conservatives at all. Um, but yeah, that's the gist of the show, y'all. I appreciate y'all hopping on and kicking it with us tonight. I know the NBA playoffs are on, but I really don't care about the New York team like that. So, like, it is what it
Hey,
is, y'all. I
I'm
understand
feeling
the
like
game is
Teddy
on. We
Riley.
just enjoying
I, I'm fe-
ourselves.
Yo, I'm feeling like Teddy Riley right now on the versus challenge with the technical difficulties. This is
Oh
getting crazy.
yeah,
Like, what the
man.
fuck, G? Jesus.
Shoes. But thanks to all of y'all for hopping on this on the stream. We there is an interview that I have to show at the next stream. We just couldn't fit it in on this one because we was just on a roll. But we gonna get it in next show. We got a interview with Miss Layla James. She is a transgender pro wrestler. So she is on the pro wrestling circuit out there on the East Coast doing her thing. She's built up a career for herself. You're just going to learn a little bit more about her during the next stream because, she's a dope person. And we need to really show the world that, trans women are more than their identities because they're humans. They have
Facts.
all sorts of dimensions and a lot of dope things that, people should learn about. So we're gonna get
Facts.
that one out the way next show. The homie Glass, you got anything before we hop off here, man?
Yeah, I definitely do. I want to tell you, thank you for providing a space for me to be able to be who I am and also be comfortable enough to express my day-to-day events with you. And guess what? We can talk about it, communicate, and we can cross-examine our days and talk, and just express different opinions about our day-to-day life, man. I love it, bro. And I love you for that, brother. I swear to God, my life has changed so much since I met you. And I have you to thank for that. I owe you that, man. Much love.
And right back at you, my man. Right back at you, bro. So with that, we out. Appreciate everybody for watching. We gonna catch y'all on the next stream. All right, now.
Later.